Hello everyone, welcome back to Software Testing Learner. So today we will see how to create a Java project in Eclipse. So far we have seen in the last class introduction to Java and what are the different components we have in Java and what are the features of Java. Okay, and then we have seen the installation of Eclipse and Java. Okay, so once after the installation of Eclipse and Java, let's see how to create a project in Eclipse. Java project in how to create Java project in Eclipse. Okay, so let's go to the Eclipse. So once the Eclipse has been installed, okay, so we can see this view. Okay, if we have to create a workspace, if there is no workspace that has been created, it will consider the default workspace. Okay, so now we have to create a Java project. So either we can create, there is option to create a Java project from here, or we can click on file, okay, and then go to new. There is a direct option available here. If you won't see this option here, okay, just click on other, okay, just click on other, and then here there is a option Java project, or if you want to see, there is a folder called Java. Under this folder, there is a file called Java project. Okay, click on it. Okay, and then select Java project. Okay, select Java project and then click on next. Okay, and then click on finish. So this is info module on iPhone info Java. It is not required. You can click on don't create. So one project has been created, which is Java project. You can see the folder here. There are one folder. There is a folder called SRC and there is a library. So we have JDK 21 in our system. So that's what it is representing, JRE system library. Okay, inside this we have all the jar files. Okay, so now we have created a project. Now, how to create a package? How to create a new package? So inside this SRC folder, just right click on this. Inside this SRC folder, we will create a package. So right click on this SRC and go to new. And here we can see an option called package. Select the package. Okay. And here we wanted to enter the package name. Okay. What will be the package name? Package name will be something like, let's suppose I'll give day one. Day one I'll give. Okay. Click on finish. So it will create a package called day one. Okay, it is created a package called day one. Now we have a package. So inside the package, what is a package? Package is nothing but a folder that will create different Java files, that will store different Java files. Okay, so now we can store all Java files under this day one package, right? So now how to create a class? How to create a Java? So go again, right click on that package, go to new, and we have an option called class. Okay, here we have to give the class name. A Java file. This is a Java class. Okay, we are creating a Java class here. Okay, so we have to give a class name here. What will be my class name? I'll give my class name as Java introduction or Java first program. Okay, and if you wanted to select by default, you can select the main method. Okay, you can write later also if you without creating, or you can, since it is available, you can just select the checkbox and click on finish. Okay, it will create a Java file with the class name as Java first program. Okay, and then it has main method also. It has main method as well. Okay, so this is how we can create. So we have created a project, create Java project, which is done, and then we have create a package, which is also done, and then we have create a class, which is also done. These three we have completed. So okay, no. Now, before writing our first program, let's discuss something called naming conventions. Naming conventions to create a class name. Okay, for the class name, we have some different naming conventions. Okay, before writing the program, let's discuss that. What are the different naming conventions we have? Okay, do we have different naming conventions? What are those? Okay, the first one is class name should start with uppercase. Class name should start with uppercase. That means whenever we are trying to create any class name, this class name should start with uppercase. Okay, let's try. I will show this practically. So just when we are creating a class, this will be the view, right? So if I give the small case, let's suppose I'll give test. You can see the warning message here. Type name is discouraged. By convention, Java type names usually starts with an uppercase letter. Okay, it should start with uppercase letter. If it won't allow the lowercase, it doesn't mean like we cannot write. We can write, but still it's not as per the Java standards. Okay, the first letter of the class name should start with the capital letter, which is uppercase. Okay, this is the first thing. And what about the second one? Second one is class name should not start with number. It should not start with the number. Let's see this. Okay. So let me start with the number. See, it is not allowing. Type name is not valid. The type name 12 is not a valid identifier. That means whenever we are trying to create a class, okay, the first character should not be a number. It should not start with a number. Okay, Java won't allow a class name that starts with a number. Okay, that is the second one. Okay. And what about third one? Class name can contains underscore. This underscore symbol. Class name can contain underscore. How to write this underscore? Let's suppose we have test. Let's suppose test. It should start with capital letter, right? It will allow underscore. Test underscore 123. This is possible. Or test underscore Java. We can write. This is also possible. We can write better. We can write. Okay. See underscore it allows. Okay, did not give any error or any warning for the underscore. Okay, and what about the fourth one? Special characters are not allowed. Special characters are not allowed in the class. Let's suppose apart from underscore, can I write something like and? See it, if I write and here, it is not allowed. Not only in between. If I write starting, it is not allowed. Okay, if I write this at the ending, it is not allowed. Not special character is not allowed in the class name itself. Not in between, not in the starting or not at the ending. Everywhere it is not allowed. Okay. So none of the special characters. If I write dollar, see it is also not allowed. It is showing type name is discouraged. Okay. If you write at the rate, see it is also not allowed. Okay. So special characters are not allowed well for the class name. Okay. And the last one is class name can contain numbers. Class name can contain numbers. That means it should not start with number. Class name should not start with number, but it can contain test Java 123. It is allowed. Okay, or test 1 Java 1. It is allowed, but it should not start with number. Okay, first character should not be number. You can write second character as a number. This is allowed. Okay, only the first character should not be a number. Okay, so these are the different naming conventions we have in Java for a class. These are the different naming conventions we have. Okay. Now let's see the first program. First program in Java. Okay, we'll directly write this in Eclipse. So we have created a class already, right? So inside this we'll write. So whatever the executable code, if I wanted to execute some code, okay, that we should write inside the main method. Whatever the code we'll write inside the main method, that is called as executable code. That will get executed when we execute a program. Okay. So now let's suppose I'll just write some print statements here. System dot out dot println of. I'll just write test line, or I'll write automation one. Okay. I'll write all the print statements here. System dot out dot println. I'll write automation two. Okay. System dot out dot println. I'll write one more print statement which contains automation three. Okay. And then one more system dot out dot println automation four. Okay. And one more system dot out dot println automation five. Okay. All five statements we have. So these are five different print statements that I have written inside the main method. That means these all five statements will get executed when I execute a program. Okay. So what the print statement will do, it will just print whatever we have written inside these double quotes. Okay. So now let's try to execute this. How to execute the Java program? We have two different ways. Either we can right click in the program and there is an option called run as and Java application. Okay. It has printed all the five print statements. Whatever inside the five print statement, whatever we have done, that it has printed. Okay, this is one. Or we can directly, there is one option here, play button, run Java first program. Just click on it. That is, okay, it has Java automation one also. Yeah. Okay. Or we can do in one more other way. Select the program, right click on this and run as and Java application. Okay, either three of these ways we can do. We can run the program. Okay, so this is how we can create a Java project and create a package like day one and create a class Java file. We can create a class. We can create a Java file inside that. We can create. We can follow some naming conventions for creating a class. Okay, and then we can select the main method. Inside the main method, we can write the executable code. Okay, so this is how we can create our Java program, and we know we have seen how to execute also. Okay, now we'll move to the next topic, which is how to comment. Okay, comments in Java. How to comment a line, single line or multiple line. Okay, there are two types of comments. There are two type of comments. What are those? First one is single line comment, and second one is multi-line comment. Single line comment and multi-line comment. So why these comments are required basically? So comments are useful, or comments are basically to improve the readability of code. It will increase the readability of the code. Okay. So whatever we write inside the comment, that is not executable code. That is just to read the code or read the message. That's it. Okay. Now we'll see the single line comment. What is the useful of single line comment and how can we represent this single line comments? So it will start it will start as only as double slash. Okay, that means in Eclipse I'll show this. So if something I wanted to comment using single line comment. So for this I have selected one line which is line number 7. I wanted to comment this. How can I comment? using double slash. If I write something like this, see if you can observe the color of the statement also has been changed. Okay, and this is not an executable statement now. Line number 7 is not an executable statement because we have commented this. Okay, if I execute, so line number 7 won't get executed. It has not printed also. If you can see, it has printed from permission 2, 3, 4, 5, but one has not printed because I have commented this line. Okay, and if you wanted to write something meaningful message, and that is not an executable one. So how can I write? I can write something like this. First program in Java. Okay, this is not an executable code. This will give a meaningful message. It will, by reading this, we can understand this is a first program in Java. Correct? So it will improve the readability of code. So if anyone will see this code, they can easily identify, okay, this is the first program in Java. Okay, that we can write in comments. Okay, so this is how we can use a single line comment. Okay, second one is multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. What is multi-line comment? Okay, so it will start and end as like this. So forward slash and then star, and at the this is the beginning line we have to give, and at the end of the line you can select the number of lines, and then at the end of the line you can give star and this one forward slash. Okay, let's see this also practically. So I wanted to comment line number 8 and line number 9. So using single line comment, I can comment like this. Double slash, I can give both the lines. But if I wanted to comment both at the same time, using multi-line comment, so I can just give at line number 8 forward slash and then star. Now I wanted to select where that comment has to end. Let's suppose I wanted to comment 8 on line number 9. So I can end here by giving star and this slash forward. Okay, so this is called multi-line comment. We can comment multiple lines at the same time with this. Okay, and if you wanted to comment the first, single line, then we can comment using these forward slashes. Okay, this is a single line comment and this is a multi-line comment. Okay, even though if you write them, if you comment the multiple lines using multi-line comment, this is also not executable code. Okay, if you run this, it will print only these two, 4 and 5. Automation 4 and automation, but not this one. Why? Because these are commented. Single line and multiple line comments, that doesn't matter. Comment means comment only. Okay, this is single line comment and this is a multi-line comment. Okay, so what is the use of comments? So if you wanted to write some meaningful message for any method or condition or something for any program, okay, with the single line or multi-line comments, then others will be able to understand the code. Okay, if you wanted to write some meaningful message for any of the method or conditional statements, okay, if you then use the singular multi-line comments, then others also, whenever anyone can able to see, then they also will get understand the code. Okay, and if you don't want to execute some piece of the code, then use single line comment or multi-line comment using this. Okay, yeah, that's it for this session. Yeah, we'll continue in the next session. Yeah. Thank you.